Namaste. Welcome to your practice today. My name is Sierra, and today we're going to be working through a practice that I like to call the self-care serum. So this practice is going to start with a little bit of vinyasa style movement, really slow and intentional, but still working to create a little bit of heat and some spaciousness in the body. And then we're going to settle into some really nourishing, really restorative yin postures to help us settle in and relax just a little bit. So we're going to start in a seated pose. You don't need any props for today's practice, just your yoga mat. And you can start by coming into whatever seated position feels comfortable for you here. So let's take a moment and maybe move the sitting bones out from underneath you. Really settle down into your hips. If you like, you can rest your palms on your knees. And let's take a moment and close the eyes here. As you start to settle into your seat, maybe feel yourself sit up nice and tall. Let your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, and the tips of your fingers soften and relax. And then take a moment, let's just take a few deep breaths to settle in. So let's inhale fully through the nose, out through an open mouth. Do two more just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Then as you're ready, settle back into your neutral breath. Begin to bring some softness into the muscles around your jaw and your forehead, the crown of the head. Start to let your mind or your thoughts sort of arrive here onto your mat with you. You might have maybe some thoughts still lingering from what happened earlier in your day, or maybe things that you have to do later on. But the real nectar of this self-care serum is this ability for us to just let all of that go, even if it's just for this hour here together. So allow yourself to focus first and foremost on your body, on your breath, and on how you're feeling right here and right now. And let's take a moment, let's bring the palms together, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Let your chin bow in slightly towards your fingertips, lengthening the back of your neck. We'll set an intention to be here for ourselves during this practice. And you can release your hands, softly open up your eyes. So we're going to stay seated here for a moment. Let's begin just by dropping the chin in towards the chest. We'll start to lengthen into the back of the neck a bit. Good. Take a big full breath here. And as you inhale, let's lift the chin up towards the sky, open the throat, compressing the back of the neck. Big inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, chin towards the sky. One more. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, chin towards the sky. Alright, let's exhale, come back to neutral here. Let's drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. If you'd like, you can even extend your left fingertips away from you. Maybe even giving a bit of pressure onto the top of your head with your right palm if you like. Still sitting up nice and tall. Let's take two big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Release both hands back in towards your lap. Bring your chin to center. And as you exhale, left ear, left shoulder, right fingertips can extend. Left hand on top of the head. Being really soft, really gentle here with yourself in the beginning. We're just slowly beginning to wake up the body, even in these more subtle areas around the neck, top of the spine. You can release. Head to center, hands to lap. Let's go ahead and take some shoulder rolls here as well. So start by drawing your shoulders up towards your ears and then down your back. Good. Feel free to make them as big or as small as you like. Inhale up towards the shoulders, exhale down your back. Good. Shoulder rolls, just getting a little bit of motion into the shoulder cavities here. Good. Let's reverse. So draw your shoulders back behind you and then around and up. Good. And then finish up, finally come back to center. Wonderful. Let's come onto our hands and our knees from here. And then we'll take a few cat-cows, beginning to warm up the spine. So palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's inhale, belly drops, heart and tailbone lift up towards the sky. As you exhale, press into your palms, tailbone tucks, chin tucks, send the back of your heart up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale, belly drops, heart lifts. And exhale, round it in. Good. Inhale, open chest, open heart. Exhale, take it in. Good. Take two more just like that, feeling free to be loosey-goosey if you'd like. Maybe bringing some motion into the neck as well. Sashaying the hips back and forth. As you're ready, let's come back to neutral spine. We're going to add on some side-to-side movement here as well. So as you exhale, press into your palms, puff up your spine towards the ceiling, cat pose again. And now we're going to take your rib cage to the right, sort of squeezing the left side body together. So you should feel that right side body lengthen towards the right. Then you're going to exhale, belly drops, cow pose. And then shifting rib cage to the left. So your right side body will scrunch up a little bit. Breathe into the left side. Good, round back up, cat pose. Now you have a feeling for the motion. So we exhale to the right. Down to the left and up, and keep going to the right and down to the left and up. We call this the cement mixer pose. Good. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. Let's come back to neutral spine. As you're ready, press down into your palms, tuck your back toes. We'll come up to downward facing dog, lifting the hips up and back. Feel free to bend into one knee and then the other a little bit. Kind of shake it out. Maybe letting the hips wiggle out just a bit. Press into your palms, really strong, shoulders across your back as you alternate, pedaling down into one heel and then the other, waking up the backs of the legs. Good. One more breath here. Come to stillness in your dog, and let's inhale, look forward towards our fingers in the top of the mat. As you exhale, step one foot forward and then the other. So you end up in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Exhale, bend the knees. Let everything hang out through the crown of the head. Full forward fold here. Good. Take one big breath in. Let it go. Inhale, it's halfway lift. Hands on the shins, flat back, look down. Exhale, fold. Bending into the knees, we'll slowly roll ourselves up, stacking the bones of the spine one at a time until you come all the way up to stand. Good. Let's bring the hands to heart, close your eyes, take a full breath. Wonderful. Let's inhale, take the hands up nice and high towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. We'll start with some half Surya Namaskar A's. So just give us some time to slowly warm up here. As you inhale, halfway lift, hands on the shins. Bend your knees if you need to. Look down. Exhale, fold. Bending your knees, come up to stand. You can draw your arms out to the sides and up if you'd like. Reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands to heart. One more just like that. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And release. Bend your knees, come all the way up to stand. Hands to heart. Good. Adding on here now, let's inhale, take the hands up. Exhale, fold. Really slow Surya Namaskar A here. We'll inhale, halfway lift. Hands to shins. And as you exhale, plant both your hands. Step the left foot back behind you. So come to a lunge for a breath. Breathe into the back of the left thigh. Full breath in. Press into your palms. Exhale, right foot steps back to meet left, plank pose. Feeling free to lower down onto your knees if you'd like. As you exhale, come all the way to your belly, chaturanga. Good. We'll inhale, release the tops of the toes, press into your palms, cobra pose. Exhale, release your chest. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. Take two more here, just like that. Breathing in the stillness of your dog. Maybe rooting a deeper sense of intentionality and presence into your breath and into your body here. Inhale, looking forward towards your hands. Exhale, step your left foot forward. So we're oppositing. I wish that was a word. We're taking the opposite lunge here. So back thigh, right thigh is lifted up. Really strong. Inhale. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And release. Bend the knees, come all the way up to stand. Beautiful, hands to heart. We'll do one more just like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. This time, right foot steps back as you plant your hands, low lunge. Step back, plank pose. Inhale for strength. Maybe draw the shoulders forward over your wrist. Big inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra pose. Heart lifts. Press down through the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 full breaths. Inhaling deeply. Exhale completely. Good. Feel free to maybe shake out the neck a little bit, release the jaw, the lips. Let it all go. Good. One more here. As you inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your right foot forward. So low lunge. Second side. Breathe in. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Beautiful. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, take it down. Bend into your knees, reverse swan dive, hands up towards the sky. Hands down to your heart. Beautiful. Take one big full breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Good. You can release your palms. Let's step your left foot back behind you for warrior two. So take your toes to the left, right toes face forward, bend into your front knee. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, arms extend out long in both directions. Let your low belly be strong here. So for our standing poses, we're going to take a bit more time, about 3 or 4 breaths in each pose, so allowing ourselves to build strength and connection, but still have that slowness. And it's okay to slow down every once in a while. Yeah. So take one more breath here, big inhale, and exhale. We're going to inhale, straighten the front leg, preparing for Trikonasana. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, draw your right hand down to your shin or your ankle as your left hand reaches up nice and high towards the sky. Now maybe keeping a soft micro bend in that front knee, just for stability and to avoid some stress in the knee joint. And letting the head gaze wherever it feels most comfortable for your neck. Good, take one more breath. Starting to bend back into your right knee. We're going to inhale, come all the way up, warrior two. Exhale, take it back, peaceful warrior. Left hand to back thigh as right hand reaches up and behind you. Make sure your low belly is still engaged. Drop your tailbone down as you extend out through your right fingers. 2 full breaths. Good, come back up, warrior two, full breath in. Exhale, both hands frame your front foot. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Inhale, step back, plank pose. And exhale, vinyasa. Maybe adding in an upward facing dog with knees and thighs up off the mat. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good, second side. Let's draw the left foot forward, warrior two. Right heel finds the floor. Use your hands to help you spiral up and open, this time facing the right edge of your mat. Extending out through your fingertips, press down through your heels and firm up your thighs. 2 breaths. Let's inhale, extend into the front leg. Exhale, Uttita Trikonasana, hinge from the hips. Right hand finds the sky, left hand towards the ground. So you're really emphasizing the length in that right side body here. So see if you can open your chest up to the right, maybe even stacking your shoulders and your hips. 2 more breaths. Bending into that front knee, inhale, come all the way up, warrior two, and exhale, peaceful warrior. Right hand, back thigh, left hand, points up and back. Draw your tailbone down, low belly in. Breathe. Good, inhale, warrior two. Exhale, take it down, both hands to the floor. Step back, plank pose. And exhale, vinyasa. Big full breath. Really intentional movement. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's release down onto the knees from here, finding child's pose. So draw your big toes together and nestle your chest in between your knees. Starting to slow down just a bit here. Feeling the shoulders relax down your back. Forehead and jaw can soften. Let's inhale, tent the fingertips, lift the chest, look forward. As you exhale, let's take both fingertips over to the left, extended child's pose, lengthening through the right side body, and then rest down onto your palms, release your forehead down, and lengthen out through the side. We're transitioning into a more yin practice here. So we're starting to slow down, starting to emphasize the stillness of our postures, and using that focus that we just found throughout our more active, more yang practice, and really letting that settle down into our core. Inhale, lift your fingertips. Exhale, come back through center. Pause for a breath. Let's inhale, come back up through center. As you're ready, exhale, second side. So draw both hands over to the right. Extend out through your fingertips as you release down, forehead to the mat. Left side body extends. And inhale, softly lift. Come back up through center. Let's draw the chest forward in between your elbows, coming onto your belly. Lengthen your legs behind you. We're going to come into a Sphinx pose. So let's draw the elbows underneath the shoulders, pressing down into your palms, and then peel your heart forward in between your shoulders. So you can let the backs of the heels release. And then this is our first yin posture, so we're going to spend a bit more time here. So maybe allowing yourself to release your chin in towards your chest, really sink into this pose. It's okay if even your shoulders sag a little bit. You're just really allowing the gravity of this pose and the time to do most of the work for you. You spend so much time working so hard all day long. So allow yourself to rest here. Maybe even closing the eyes. Always feeling free to readjust yourself in the pose if you find that you need to, if it will create more support for your body and give you a sense of freedom in the mind. And let's slowly come down so that your elbows come out to the sides and rest down on your belly with your forehead on top of stacked palms. Good. Just take a moment, let your spine settle. And then let's draw the left knee up alongside you, thigh is flat towards the mat, coming into a half frog pose as a release. So you could even take your gaze to the left if you like. Your leg is at a 90-degree angle, letting that inner hip and thigh open up towards the floor, and letting your low back release. And slowly release. Left leg back to meet right, forehead to center. And let's switch sides, gazing to the right. Hike your right knee up beside you, taking your half frog pose on the other side. And then exhale, release. Begin to draw your palms under your shoulders. And as you're ready, slowly lift yourself back up through a tabletop pose. And come back to sit on your heels. Eventually coming all the way to sit. And draw your legs out in front of you. So we're going to set up for half butterfly or Janu Shavasana. So extend your right leg out long and bring your left foot in towards your thigh. We're going to inhale, press into the floor with your finger pads, lifting your heart up nice and high. And then as you exhale, begin to fold forward. Now, you're going to notice either some resistance in your hamstrings or the back of the chest. And just notice that at first. You have a choice of where you want to feel this pose the most. If you keep the legs straight and lean your heart towards your toes, you'll feel more hamstring activation, more of a stretch in the backs of your legs. But if you'd like, you can bend the knee, bring a bit of softness there, and round the spine a bit more. I might recommend the second variation. This is where I'm going to be. You can even open the palms up towards the ceiling, really releasing fully into this pose. If you'd like, you could even rest your forehead on your knee, or maybe a block or a pillow. So wherever you are in this pose, just allow yourself to breathe once you get there. Right? Notice where you start to feel the sensation in your body. And then see if you don't notice yourself open up a bit more, become a bit more receptive to the pose as we spend a few moments here. Maybe feeling the back of the neck begin to release a bit more. The jaw, the eyelids, the crown of the head, the tips of the fingers. Gently flip your palms back down to the mat. And as you press away from the floor, begin to lift your chest above your hips. Let's bring the hands back behind you and just lean back out of your hips a little bit. Take a breath. And then we'll slowly change sides. So extending the left leg, draw the right sole of the foot in towards the thigh. You can shift your weight to face the left. On an inhale, press your heart up towards the sky, tented fingertips, lifted heart. And exhale, start to make your way down. And again, finding that choice for yourself. Legs straight, or maybe leg bent a bit more. You might also find that one side feels very different from the other. You might have more or less space here, depending on any patterns that your body has picked up from the way that we walk, or stand, or sleep. So we can start to maybe notice these more subtle relationships with our bodies. The more we attune to them in our practice. Maybe flipping the palms up towards the sky again if you'd like. Letting the crown of the head, the chin, the forehead, the jaw, the chest, the whole upper body can soften and release here. flip your palms down. Press down away from the floor and lift your chest. Good, let's drop both knees together and go ahead and extend your legs out long in front of you for one more seated forward fold here in caterpillar. So you can bend the knees as much as you need to here. For some people, even feet on the floor, knees towards the chest, and just resting the forehead on the knees. This might even be enough of a stretch for you. If you have some more space in your legs and in your hips, straighten your legs, and then begin to round yourself forward. Now we're not actively reaching forward towards our toes. We're much more passive here. So really round through the spine, more so bringing the crown of your head towards your knees. And again, you can take that palms open towards the ceiling approach for a more receptive, more yin energy. So you might have noticed at this point in your practice a shift in energy in your body. Maybe you feel your breath a bit deeper, a bit longer. Maybe you feel a sense of calm or a sense of stillness in the body. When we do these actions of forward folding, so rounding out through the back body, it really helps us to activate the part of our brain, the part of our nervous system that tells us it's okay to relax and rest. So give yourself permission to rest here. Good. Let's turn the palms down towards the mat and slowly lift up. Sort of stacking the bones of your spine one at a time again. And bringing your feet to the floor, your knees towards the sky. Let's lay down onto our backs. Coming all the way down, we're going to take a counter stretch with a bridge pose here. So draw your heels in towards your sitting bones. As you're ready, press into your palms, press into your heels, and inhale, lift your hips away from the mat and towards the sky. Maybe rolling the shoulder blades underneath you, interlacing your fingertips behind you. Strength through the feet, through the thighs. Let's take 5 full breaths. See if you can find the yin in this pose as well. And release your hands. Slowly come back down onto your back. Let's bring the knees in towards the chest. Feet up off the floor. And as you inhale, soles of the feet up towards the sky. Let's find happy baby. So you can grab either the ankles, your big toes, wherever feels best. Letting your thighs open up to shape your torso and maybe even rocking side to side if you like. Good. We're going to take 10 deep, full breaths here. See if you can make them the deepest inhales and fullest exhales you've taken all day long. And release. Draw your knees and your ankles together, feet can find the floor. Let your hands come out into a goalpost shape and allow your knees to softly windshield wipers side to side, falling to the right and the left, releasing out the hips, releasing the low back, moving nice and slow. And let's come back to center. This time draw your feet together. Let your hips shift to the right slightly. And we're going to let both knees fall over to the left for a final side body twist here. If you'd like, you can gaze in the opposite direction of your knees, so over towards your right fingertips. Just allow yourself to feel the breath fully traveling up and down the spine here. Allowing your body to settle. As we're winding down towards the end of our practice. And just softly bringing yourself back to your breath, to your body, whenever you notice the mind start to wander. And draw your knees and your gaze back up to center. Take your hips back towards the middle of the mat. Feeling free to stay with goalpost arms, or you can let the hands rest on the belly or the chest. Let's take the hips over to the left side of the mat. As you're ready, let both knees fall to the right. Adding the alternative gaze only if it suits your neck and your practice today. As we start to settle towards the end of our practice, this is usually the time when all of the thoughts come rushing back. All the to-dos, the tasks, the worries. Right? We're not here to avoid them or erase them. Right? But if those thoughts do start coming up here as we settle into our final poses, see if you can put just a little bit of space between you and the thoughts. So allowing yourself to just observe the thoughts as if they were as far away as clouds on a blue sky. And let them pass. Remind yourself that in this moment here, we've dedicated this time to our self-care, to filling up our cups. And come back to center. Let's draw the knees in towards the chest one final time. Give yourself a big squeeze, a big hug. Maybe saying thank you to your inner self for showing up to your practice today. And as you're ready, release both of your legs out long in front of you for Shavasana, for your final rest, with your toes relaxed, your palms open face towards the sky, your eyes closed, your eyelids soft, and your breath natural. Taking a deep, full inhale breath and letting it go. Take your time to bring motion back into the toes, the fingers, eventually rolling over to one side and coming up to your comfortable seated pose. Let's keep the eyes closed. Take the hands to heart center one final time. Honoring this intention to care for ourselves, knowing that it in turn helps us to care for those we love. I thank you so very much for your practice. Namaste.